lot of Mexicans don't like him. A lot of Mexicans don't like him. I go to Mexico a lot. They don't like him. They like us. He's a come in Spanish in Puerto Rico. A person that eats. You know what I'm saying?
When Mexico and Puerto Rico come against each other, one can imagine the chaos that'll come out of that. Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez have begun their Fight Week media duties. And to bring fans a glimpse of what to expect on fight night, Edgar Berlanga has unleashed his arsenal of insults and trolls. This time his arsenal seems more refreshed than the press conference, as he has gone beyond boasting about his Puerto Rican origin, and he's now claiming the support of the Mexican fans, making us believe they hate Canelo Alvarez.
I don't like to be quiet when somebody is talking shit about me, so I like to respond.
You're gonna feel so much pain.
Quite unrealistic if you ask me. But beyond that, he's also said Canelo eats trash. Well, we've been seeing video evidence come up in press conferences this year. We saw one in the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight, another in the Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin fight, and now we're hoping for video evidence from Edgar Berlanga showing Canelo Alvarez eating trash as he claimed.
Telling me that Mexicans. So, and I asked them, damn, your own people. Like, yeah, I got Puerto Ricans.
But before the evidence gets out and beg before Berlanga tells more lies, Canelo has fired back at him as well. It's about to be a very long week. Long, but not lacking excitement, controversy, chaos, busy fists, and so much trash talking. It's the first big rodeo for Edgar Berlanga, and he's firmly in his boots and high in the saddle as he looks to take down super middleweight King Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Like diva, you know what's a diva? A diva's like, he the type, like if his shirt is wrinkled on this side, he'll start crying.
Anyone taking on Canelo Alvarez knows he has a very big shoe to fill. And for some reasons, in some ways many don't understand, Edgar Berlanga believes he has what he takes to fill it. Truly, one necessary attribute to fill that shoe is belief. Dimitri Bivol had it. Floyd Mayweather had it. But for Berlanga, it's more like a long journey into delusion that'll only end on Saturday night after Canelo Alvarez does his usual brutal job in the squared circle. The fight between Alvarez and Berlanga will take place on September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, but a precursor shock. Although verbally, it already took place during a controversial media tour prior to the fight.
That's the type of person he is. And then, he has all, he has all this money, he has all this, fame, and he has all the belts, you know what I'm saying, which I don't knock him for that.
Alvarez gave Berlanga pelvic twists and whipped the air in front of him during a profanity-laced beating as Berlanga responded with combinations of expletives, indicating that he would use both his brains and brawn to beat the future Hall of Famer. Berlanga may be biting off more than he can chew for his first world title shot, but the chosen one has no choice but to roll with the punches during a career-defining fight that has come too soon. Trash talk is part of the sport, fuck it, Berlanga said. There is no respect for any opponent once the contract is signed. It's business. He'll try to kill me in front of my family. This is gladiatorial bullshit, and I'll do the same to him. For my son, let me drop dead. I never fear anyone. I'm going out with my shield, and he better go out with his. I didn't like it when he smiled at me at the press conference. I felt like he was making fun of me. I know his intentions. I'm from a poor neighborhood in New York. If you smile in my face, that's disrespectful.
A lot of Mexicans don't like him. I done went into his fights, I done walked into his fights, and Mexicans are screaming at me, "Tú vas a ganar, Canelo!"
Berlanga is displaying a world of confidence despite not having the record to justify it against an opponent of Alvarez's caliber. After starting his career with 16 consecutive first-round knockouts, the Brooklyn-based Puerto Rican has slumped and lost steam as he has climbed the ranks of the competition. Having only fought 72 rounds, compared to Alvarez's 496, he will have a steep learning curve to account for Alvarez's incredible experience.
That crazy hate, they don't like him. He's a because he got all the money.
I'm training to develop IQ, intelligence, and to be smart, Berlanga said. Anyone who beat Canelo had that. At the end of the day, I am a star myself, for real, for real. He was going to fight me or David Benavidez or eventually retire, and I was going to come in and take his place. I have it all. I can fight. I look good. I'm attractive. I'm Puerto Rican with an island behind me. I have the whole package, which is what it takes in the sport of boxing to become a star. Berlanga says he won't make the same mistakes as Alvarez's most recent opponent, Jaime Munguia, who suffered a knockdown and a unanimous decision loss in May. Munguia is tall, big, and throws a lot of punches, but he fell into a lot of Canelo's traps, Berlanga said.
About how you treat the people, how you treat the minorities, the people that don't got nothing, the janitor, you know what I'm saying?
He gave up his height and reach and moved forward a lot. I thought it was going to be a much better fight for Munguia. Berlanga then threw personal blows at Alvarez while predicting a 6th round knockout, a stoppage 2 rounds earlier than his opponent predicted. A lot of Mexicans don't like Alvarez, Berlanga said. I go to Mexico a lot. They don't like him. Their people are my fans. They like us. Puerto Ricans don't hate me that way. He's a trash-eating person. He's a piece of shit. He has money, but money doesn't make you. It's about how you treat people. People love me for that. He's just talking nonsense saying the fight is going to be easy. I don't give a shit. He knows what's going on. I saw it firsthand. Like Tony Montana said in the movie Scarface, the eyes don't lie, kid. And you can see it in my eyes. I don't fear anybody.
I don't hit like Triple G. I don't hit like Kirkland.
The people talk a lot is always because they're nervous.
While Edgar Berlanga isn't the opponent fans were hoping to see, standing across from unified super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez this Saturday night, both challenger and champion, believe it's the right fight for them. However, that doesn't mean Berlanga has nothing but good things to say about his pound-for-pound great opponent. Just I don't like how he was smiling in my face and stuff at pre-fight press conferences, Berlanga said during Dawson's Off the Cuff. I just saw him smiling in my face and I'm from New York, bro. I'm Puerto Rican, bro. A guy that's smiling in my face, I want to smack the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know how he's thinking with a smirk. It's more like he's overlooking me, that he thinks I'm a cake, you feel me? He thinks like I'm a small platter. That's easy work.
Shut up. When I talk, shut up.
I don't want to shut up. You think I'm scared of you?
Guys,
You need 20 like you.
For me, I hate dudes like that. Like he's a female, you know what I'm saying? Like a diva. He's the type like if his shirt is wrinkled on this side, he'll start crying. That's the type of person he is. And then he has all this money, he has all the fame, and has all the belts, which I don't knock him for, but there's a way to carry yourself. Alvarez may be cocky, but it's hard to argue those feelings aren't earned after a decorated career that has seen him dominate division after division while becoming the biggest star in the sport. A bit of the shine has faded from Alvarez's star in recent years, with many feeling he has avoided the best available opponents in the division.
Hope this is not the occasion, but sometimes the people talk a lot of shit.
Most wanted to see Alvarez fight David Benavidez, the undefeated 2-time former super middleweight champion who never lost his belt in the ring. Behind Benavidez, a fight with longtime mandatory challenger David Morrell was appealing for many. After years of not getting their due shot at Alvarez, both Benavidez and Morrell moved up in weight to seek new opportunities. Alvarez has maintained he has no interest in being forced into fights he doesn't want, while also stressing that the Berlanga fight is a valid next chapter in his career.
So I hope this fight is different, and I hope the way he talk, he fight.
I think it's a good fight because, you know, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, there's history there, Alvarez said in his own off the cuff. Critics always say something, they're always critical of me. I fought everybody and no matter what, they said something, so I don't really care. Berlanga is strong, he's strong and he's fast, especially in the beginning of the fight. He's big for the weight class, but that's nothing new for me. He just knows how to go forward and throw punches, and that's why I think he's gonna have a good fight.
You think I'm scared of you?
Guys,
You need 20 like you.
Nah.
Huh? You're
you
nothing.
Need 100.
You're
You
nothing.
need 100.
Despite stepping in for the biggest challenge of his career, Berlanga believes his power, which led to an incredible run of 16 consecutive first-round knockouts to start his professional campaign, will be more than Alvarez can handle. I truly believe he ain't ever been hit by a guy like me before, Berlanga said. Like a person like me, when I hit somebody, bro, I make people think about boxing. This hit gave Edgar Berlanga 16 first-round knockouts and another 6th-round knockout of Padraig McCrory in his last fight early this year. More than ever, his hit is needed to help him give Canelo Alvarez his 3rd defeat in 66 fights. Well, we'll wait to see what he has for us.
Person that eats shit. I done walked into his fights and Mexicans are screaming at me, "Tu vas ganar, Canelo!" And I asked them, damn, your own people.
Canelo Alvarez's first defeat came at the hands of Floyd Mayweather back in 2013 when Canelo was 23 years old. Mayweather, who would famously retire undefeated, won the 152 pounds catchweight bout by majority decision. Alvarez went unbeaten from then until just 2 years ago when he made a second jump up to light heavyweight, having previously defeated Sergey Kovalev. That time it was a step too far, and Dmitry Bivol bested him over the distance to keep his title. In the Mexican's 9 fights at super middleweight, No man has managed to get the better of him, but, according to most, he has not yet faced the division's toughest test in David Benavidez. In an interview with Fight Hype, former Canelo promoter and multi-weight world champion Oscar De La Hoya said Benavidez beats his former charge easily. I think Benavidez will win easy. He has the better arsenal, he has the better footwork, the jab is incredible. And just the fact that he's young, you have to take a look at that. For instance, it'll literally be like De La Hoya, Chavez, Benavidez, Canelo. I think it's the same age gap, and he's the bigger guy. I'm not knocking Canelo. I'm the one who got him a $365 million contract for 5 years. Why would I be knocking him? It's just ridiculous. When I talk about Canelo, it's only criticizing the ability inside the ring, because I can. I'm a fighter myself, and I can critique and I have my opinion. I think Canelo has done amazing. He's still doing amazing. Is he slowing down? Naturally. He's getting older. That's what happens.
Why can you not give us Canelo Benavidez? Why? Canelo, why? I do not understand it. You're demanding $200 million?
Alvarez is next out on September 14th to defend his unified titles against Edgar Berlanga. Meanwhile, Benavidez grew tired of waiting for his shot and decided to move up to light heavyweight. Mexican boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez continues his tradition of fighting on the Mexican Independence Day weekend. On Saturday, September 14th, he will step into the ring to defend his World Boxing Council, World Boxing Organization, World Boxing Association, and the ring super middleweight titles against Puerto Rican Edgar Berlanga at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
That's the Super Bowl of boxing. Boxing is on the rise. Canelo, don't screw it up for us.
Canelo Alvarez completed his journey to become the undisputed super middleweight champion in 2021 when he defeated Caleb Plant, who will be part of the Las Vegas event in a secondary role. However, Canelo's undisputed titles will not all be on the line against Berlanga because the International Boxing Federation stripped him of his belt for failing to agree to a fight with the mandatory challenger, Cuban William Skull, opting instead for the opponent chosen by the World Boxing Association to set up a Mexico versus Puerto Rico showdown. Berlanga, boasting his powerful punches, enters the fight undefeated and is known for his destructive start with 16 consecutive knockouts, all in the first round. However, in his last 6 victories, he only secured 1 knockout.
They just give it a little bit more, you know? And you need to learn about boxing.
The purses for professional fights are typically disclosed weeks after the event, often through interviews or leaks. Based on previous earnings, projections can be made regarding how much Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga will take home opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of financial gains from these kinds of fights. According to data from Essentially Sports, Canelo earned around $12 million in his 2013 loss to Floyd Mayweather. 3 years later, his purse for the Amir Khan fight was approximately $25 million, as reported by Sports Zion. In 2021, when he defeated Caleb Plant to become the undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo earned $40 million. However, in his most recent fight against Jaime Munguia, Canelo reportedly earned $35 million, according to journalist Dan Rafael. Based on this, a similar amount can be expected for his fight against Berlanga, not counting additional earnings from pay-per-view sales. In an interview on the Sway's Universe podcast, Canelo revealed that he retains 80% of the revenue from ticket sales and concessions.
80% of everything?
Of everything, yeah. But
oh shit! Wait, hold on. We ain't never heard that from a boxer.
But
I get 80% of everything, but I risk it all because I know I generate a lot of money. That's why I keep 80% of the earnings. If you buy a drink in the arena, that money goes to me, Canelo said. As for Berlanga, who hails from Brooklyn, New York, but has Puerto Rican roots, this will be his first world title fight and his debut in a PPV main event. Therefore, he will be facing the most significant purse of his career. According to Inside Sport, in his 2023 fight against Jason Quigley, Berlanga earned between $500K and $700K, which, combined with PPV earnings, may have brought his total to around $1 million. While no official figure has been released regarding the purse for his fight against Canelo, it is expected to be the biggest payday of his career. After parting ways with Top Rank and joining Matchroom Boxing, Berlanga is looking to secure better financial rewards. To give a glimpse of what the fight week would look like, last month things got really heated between the two fighters. Alongside the traditional trash talk, Alvarez and Berlanga's face-off turned unusual.
La chinga de comida.
As proceedings began to ramp up, the boxers took a complete U-turn in their intimidation tactics. Continuing with their war of words, they also began making carnal gestures toward one another. In Mexico, what Saul Canelo Alvarez did to Edgar Berlanga during their very first face-off leading up to their September fight is known as an albur. The people from Mexico have a hypersensitive sense of humor, and they use double meaning or double entendre for almost everything. Given that Berlanga is Puerto Rican, he is familiar with this type of banter, and he did his best to respond to everything Canelo was throwing at him. But Mexicans are fast with their albures, and they often are not even understood. Alvarez started taunting Berlanga as both of them posed for pictures during their face-off in front of the press. At a certain point in the press conference, none other than Caleb Plant, who was already defeated by Canelo and was going back and forth with Berlanga. At a certain moment of their exchange, Canelo did feel a little left out and asked Plant to relax. Not long after that, he also started taunting Berlanga by letting him know what to expect on September 14th. As Alvarez stood in front of all the cameras looking sideways at Berlanga, he said, "You're gonna feel so much pain. You hit like my son, so take it easy. You are getting the beating of a lifetime." Soon the two would stand and trade words held by security, and the champion specified his intent not to lay hands on Berlanga. Why? Alvarez said, "I don't want to mess you up right now because your money is gone, so take it easy." But Berlanga reiterated his determination and resolved to take the throne in return. The chosen one announced, "I'ma take your place." This altercation mirrored what Alvarez had told PPV.com. The Guadalajara native carried more motivation, zeal, and passion during the presser, as he had told PPV.com, "Mexico versus Puerto Rico motivates me even more." It seems he is not the only one. When the two took their seats and answered the fans' questions, Berlanga assured the fans and reporters that he was up for the task. The Brooklyn native pointed out that Alvarez had fought everybody, including the big names. The super middleweight champions list of legendary opponents included Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gennady Golovkin. His varied advantages of size and speed at different career stages had worked for Alvarez. But Berlanga theorized that their bout would be different. With the Edgar Berlanga fight, Canelo Alvarez is chasing his 5th straight win since losing to Dimitri Bivol over 2 years ago, which was only the 2nd defeat of his 65-fight career. Not unlike his upcoming matchup against Berlanga, Canelo fought a promising star with heavy hands last time out.
Shut the
Buddy,
You
that's
love
for
you
you.
get smacked.
Go and shape your
You think he
beard.
got more IQ than you?
What you say? That what?
Canelo,
What you say?
Before the action got underway, many expected former opponent Jaime Munguia to be a serious threat on the feet for the 34-year-old. The veteran showed just how elite he is by dominating his opponent to a unanimous decision victory. Canelo Alvarez will be hoping to put on another outstanding display when he steps into the ring against Edgar Berlanga next month. While he has his work cut out for him in his upcoming bout, the North American still has his sights set on other potential fights. One name that continues to call for a shot at Canelo Alvarez is Jake Paul. Jake has made a stamp on the sport of boxing world since debuting back in 2020.
No, look, it's his weight class. 75 is his weight class, and you know he do nothing in 175. Really, no, he's not the same.
Saul Canelo Alvarez has been calm, cool, and collected ever since he took his throne as the super middleweight king. Opponents have come and gone, heaping combinations of praise and respect toward him. After a cordial press conference in New York, respect went out the door the second they met on Tuesday at the Beverly Hills Hotel, as Alvarez and Berlanga had to be separated by security after an explosive, expletive-filled eruption. "You don't bring anything to me that I haven't seen before," Alvarez quipped. "You're going to see, idiot," Berlanga fired back. 8 rounds, mark my words. I'm not going to have compassion," said Alvarez. "These kind of idiots keep me motivated? I don't want to fuck you up right now because your money will be gone."
But now it's a time to ask for me, right? If they want me to fight them, they need to pay me good.
At the age of 34 and 65 fights into a near 20-year career, Alvarez is embracing new ways to fan the flames, and Puerto Rico's Berlanga appears armed with gallons of gas. I love it when an opponent pisses me off. When someone gets under my skin, I make them pay the hard way, said Alvarez. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this.